Hello, my gorgeous Sagittarians. Just put my microphone on. Right. How are you? I hope you're really, really well. It's that time of night again. I hate recording at night. I look like, I don't know, a woman out of the Addams Family or something. Right. This is your reading for the 12th to the 15th of February 2018. I'm sorry it's a little bit late. Yeah, just life, really. No excuse, just life. So, here we go. We will be using the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. We will be using, what else will we be using? Fairy Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And possibly Tarot of Sexual Magic. Possibly. Right. Just a couple of things. We are now on Instagram. We are now on Facebook. We are now on Twitter. So the details are all below. So if you join up, it will tell you when the new videos come out as well. Use your like, share, subscribe and comment and tell me all your stories because I love that. And let's get to your reading. Okay, you have the Magician, but I don't know which way around it is. Let's see if it comes back out again. It's coming out in the upright, but so you're manifesting something, but whether it's actually coming back out again or not, I don't know. You're trying to manifest the Ten of Pentacles, possibly with the Queen of Wands. No, it's not right. She keeps coming out in my hand, but she's not flying out. So I think you're trying to manifest the Ten of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands, which is the fire sign. Fire sign, which is Libra, Aries, Libra, or Sagittarius. Okay, so quite possibly that's what you're doing, but she's not coming out. Oh my gosh, 2 hidden cards. No, I'm not taking those either. What's going on with your reading? It's like cards are just sticking in my hands, so perhaps you're struggling with progress on this one. Okay, you have the Four of Cups and you have the World. You have the Ten of Cups. Okay. You have the Nine of Wands, the Page of Wands and the Three of Swords. Oh, and I've suddenly got a headache. I'm feeling quite dehydrated. Right, and the Seven of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles because they were meant to come out together. And then we have the Empress, which again is this fire sign female. The Queen of Wands and the Empress to me always kind of like, they're very closely linked in my head. It's like the Queen of Wands is, she's fiery, she's busy, she's all these things. It's like she's on the board of directors of whatever, she's on the PTA, she's taking the kids to school, she's got 3 jobs, she's doing her house, she's vacuuming the cat, she's seeing her friends, she's seeing her children's friends, she's just doing everything. Yeah, she's really busy. She runs around like chaotically organising everything. She's very good at organising other people. She's a bit chaotic in her own life. The Empress is kind of the more mature version of that, okay, in the sense that she's a little bit more grounded. There's a little bit more Pentacles energy in there, so she's kind of a little bit older perhaps. She's more financially abundant, she's more stable, she's all of those things. And that's how she comes across to me. So that was your last, that was the card. And you have the Emperor as well. Oh my God. The Emperor and the Empress. If you believe in twin flames and soulmates, yeah, you're looking at soulmate or twin flame reading, okay? That's quite possible in this one. That's exciting for you. That's very exciting for you. It's a very stable relationship. It's a very committed relationship. It's a marriage relationship, okay? It's one of those. It's like the Empress is the kind of wife, the Emperor is the husband, and it's basically kind of, they run their empire together. He does his bit, she does the kind of more supportive role, if that makes sense. but they both have their kind of feet firmly on the ground. It's fire energy, so they have all that drive and everything else. But it's also, do you know what? They're kind of the culmination of all of the things. It's like the Emperor. The magician has all of the elements at his disposal to actually do things. So he has the wands, so he has the intellect, he has the kind of emotional capacity of the cups, he has the pentacles energy, you know, the stability and the security and the financial abundance and all those things. And which one I've missed out? The wands. So he has the drive and the passion and all that kind of stuff. So he has all those things like outside of himself to manifest. The Emperor has them all inside. Yeah, he has the pentacles energy, so he has that grounded stability in him. He has the love and compassion in him. He has the financial kind of the stability and security in him. It's not that he's using external factors to do it, it's just that's what he has, that's who he is. And the Empress is kind of that energy. Whereas the Emperor is a little bit kind of like, he has more of the Pentacles energy and the fire energy, I suppose. The Queen has more of the, he has more of the Pentacles energy. The Queen has more of the kind of emotional and passionate kind of side of it, I would say. It's the kind of power behind the throne dynamic, isn't it? It's like he goes off and does his thing, and when he gets home, you know, everything's organised for his life to just be the way that it needs to be, and the kind of pressure's taken off his shoulders, and, you know, dinner's on the table and all that kind of stuff. Though actually she's probably too busy to have dinner on the table. No, I don't know though, she's the mum as well. So quite possibly that's the case. Right, we have the Sun. We have the Queen of Spring, which is the Queen of Wands, which we were just talking about, and she wouldn't come out the deck. We have the 8 of Autumn. We have the 6 of Autumn. We have the 4 of Winter. Oh, what have I done with my glasses? I might have left them in the kitchen. Damn. And we have the Queen of Autumn. And that's what I was saying about, it's kind of like she's the more stable, more kind of Pentacles energy of the Queen of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles together, which to me would kind of indicate the Empress in itself. It's a more kind of stable version of the Queen of Wands. And we have the 2 of Spring. Okay. So just bear with me a second. I'm just going to see if my glasses are in my pocket because I'm going to need them. Right, there we go. Right. So, here we go. Here's your... Oh my goodness, my glasses are so fluffy. I've already cleaned them once today. Don't know whether you can hear the squishing noise. Right, okay, here we go. Yeah, just about to see now. So we have the 4 of Cups and we have the World, which is a really interesting way to come into this reading. Okay, there is something being offered. Now I think the issue here is it's decision time. Okay, it's like it's decision time because we have the 20 card. What's the 20 card? I'm sorry, I have to look something up. It's really important. It's really important. Judgment. Yeah, it's a decision to be made. Okay, there's a decision to be made. The reason that I had to look the 20 up is because, where is it? You have 2 major arcana. You have the 19, okay, which is the Sun, and you have the 21. So. And it skips out the one in the middle, which is the 20, which is the Judgment. So there is a judgment to be made. And the judgment to be made is whether this cup of love is being offered, and it's whether you want to take it or not, is the question. Okay, maybe you have other things that you're quite happy with. Cups are about emotional kind of... oh my God, I cannot talk. Emotional fulfillment. Thank you. So you're being offered this thing, which is emotionally fulfilling. Okay, you're being offered it, and it's bigger than the other cups as well. It's huge, and it's like, do you want to continue with it? So for some of you, it's like you're quite happy already. It says plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the meaning of life, and then you're being offered this other one. Now, I'm quite tempted to actually read you the World card. I don't know where my book is, which means I'm not supposed to read it to you. So the Sun card is like, so you're already happy, then you get offered this other thing, and it's like you're not on top of the world because the world is next to you. The world is transition into another phase, okay? So it can be the beginning of something, it can be the end of something, it can be the levelling up from one state to another. So it can be anything. If this is a long-term relationship, so it could be a move from dating to engagement. If you're engaged already, it could be the transition between being engaged and getting married or moving in together. It's the kind of transition stage, okay? If you're single, it could be about moving from being single to being in a relationship. If this is a work reading, it can be a promotion, okay, or moving into another job. It's a transition between one phase and another. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means that it's a transition phase, okay? And I think that what you're having to do here at this point is make the decision as to whether you want to take this transition into the next stage, okay? Now, here again we have this, okay? So you may be perfectly happy as you are. You have the 10 of Cups, okay? So happy family, happy dog, happy cat, happy home, happy you, happy friends, all that kind of thing. And then we have the Queen of Wands. And this could be someone who comes in. And it says, believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. So, for some of you, you may want to spend more time at home. For some of you, whatever this is, this transition may lead you to the 10 of Cups. For some of you, this is a job as well. For some of you, it's like maybe you're at home at the moment, and then you're being offered something. And the Queen of Wands is already really busy. So it's like maintain a balance between work and home life. So maybe you're really busy, and maybe you don't have this, and this is what you want. You want to spend more time at home. You want to spend more time with your family. For some of you, that's the case. For some of you, you're making a decision as to whether this Queen of Spring will bring you emotional fulfillment. Okay? For some of you, you are the Queen of Spring, and you're having an idea, because if you look at her card, yeah, she's got that little ball of light above her head, and maybe she has the illumination as to something, which is, yep, she's looking into a cup down there, yeah? So it's like you're kind of looking at this and going, is it going to bring me the 10 of Cups? For some of you, you're looking at it and going, well, I already have the 10 of Cups, so if I take another cup, I'm going to have the 11 of Cups, which makes sense, because if you look at the numbers on there, you have 10 and then you have the 11. And it's like, can I handle it? I don't know whether I can or not, because you're already really busy, okay? So then we have those. It may be love, it may not be love. Now, the 9 of Wands, okay, came out in the upright. But it's now flipped. And this is kind of showing that there is this decision to be made. It's like, is it going to be too much? Do I need to just focus on one thing? Or, because I've got all these other things to do as well, so can I take on one more thing? Or can I not take on one more thing? And I need to focus on what I still need to do. Okay? And we're being told to do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, craftsmanship or long-term projects. Maybe some of you are thinking of going back to school or going back to college or going back to university, and you're kind of working out whether that's going to fit in with the rest of the things that you've got going on. For some of you it may be a job, for some of you it may be a course. Maybe you're already working and you think about taking like a course outside of work, maybe doing distance learning or something. So you're kind of wondering whether you're going to be able to do that. And it's like maybe you have other responsibilities, maybe you have parents to look after, maybe you have young children to look after. And you're having to take their needs into account as well. And because it's the Pentacles card, there's also the kind of money aspect of it as well. And it's like, how are the finances going to balance out if I do this? For some of you as well, you're wondering whether you're too old to actually go back to university or college or whatever. Because you're thinking all the other people there are going to be really, really young. And I'm going to feel like a grandma. If that's the case, I will give you my personal experience on that. I went back to university. I'm 48 next week after next. I went back to university 4 years ago. Okay. My friend Charlie went at the same time as me, and she's older than I am. Not by much if she's watching. Love you, Charlie. But Charlie went back as well. And we didn't know that the two of us were going back. We've known each other for years. We went back together. But we didn't know that the other one was going to be there. And do you know what? It was the best decision that I ever made. I have made so many wonderful friends. And it was a fantastic 3 years. Absolutely fantastic 3 years. So if you are thinking about doing it, and that is your concern, do it. Do it. I swear to God, it is. There is no issue with going back as a mature student, none at all. The girls that I went to uni with are absolutely wonderful. Yeah, they're all a hell of a lot younger, but it was really nice in some ways because they were all away from home for the first time, so Charlie and I kind of like with their mum away from home. So yeah, that was really lovely, and I think it took a few years off us as well, to be honest. So That's just my 2 pentacle worth. So if that helps someone, yeah, that was my experience of it. We have the 3 of Swords. Now, how the heck the 3 of Swords fits into this, I really don't know. Maybe you've had heartbreak in the past. Maybe you're working with other people. Maybe you've got things going on that you're already seriously committed to. Did we have the 3 of Cups before? Yes, we did. Look, we had the 3 of Cups there. And now we have the 3 of Swords. So maybe you're wondering if there are things that you can take out of your life that you actually do care about. You've got this sword coming out. And it's like, how can I cut back on some of the things that I'm doing in order to fit this into my life? Okay. And for some of you, it is things that you do genuinely care about. We have the heart there. We have the sun there. We had the sun above as well, which is really interesting. Let's have a look. I think this is just reiterating that if you can do this, then you have the sun, which says plans that work out perfectly, amazing ideas that lead to rewards and commendations, gratitude for the blessing of life. I think actually that's the universe's way of saying to you that if you can do this, then that will be really good. And we have the Page of Wands. Now the Page of Wands tends to be about, pages are always about messages, okay? But that's not what I'm getting for this. I think you take it, because if you look at this guy, okay, he's got the wand in his hands. And then this person's got the wand in his hands. And it's like at this point you're asking the question as to whether to do it or not. And at this point you're actually doing it because he's actually got the wands and he's kind of walking away with it. So maybe you're starting something new at this point, or maybe you're making the decision to actually go forward with it. And then you have the 6 of Autumn. So you have the 8 of Autumn underneath the 9 of Wands. And then you have the 6 of Autumn underneath the Page of Wands. Okay. And it says the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. Perhaps you're having to borrow in order to do whatever it is that you want to do. But I think it's going to be good for you. It says the good you do comes back to you. So I think it's the kind of confirmation the Six of Autumn as well as the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles in the other deck is the guy with the scales, and he's balancing his finances because he's got like 4 pentacles dropping away, and then he's balancing the other 2. And again, it's reiterating this thing of like, can you cut down on what your outgoings are? Can you balance your finances in order to do this? Okay, whatever this is. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. So if you borrow this money, then you have the Seven of Pentacles, and maybe you're waiting for it to come in. Maybe you're waiting for money to come in anyway. So you're borrowing until this comes in because it's not quite ready to come to fruition yet. And you could draw that money back out. You could draw that Six of Autumn money back out. But it's better to leave it to grow. It's kind of like, do you have a load of money in a high interest savings account? Yes, you could borrow that money. You could take that, you could take that money back out. But actually it's cheaper for you to get a loan, and then you don't lose the interest on what you've already got, if that makes sense. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting. Okay. And again, it's manifest. This is all about money, this one. It's just like you have your finances in hand and you're trying to manifest more. And we had that thing, didn't I just said, trying to like balance the 2 pentacles, and I think that's what you're trying to do. Maybe you've got some of the money together and you're trying to manifest the rest of it. Okay. But then you get the Four of Winter, which is 4 of Swords. Which is, set aside your concerns for now, you can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation, the need for more sleep or a vacation. For some of you, maybe you're trying to save up to go on holiday, possibly. Or the other option is, it's just basically like you are manifesting. Because we had the Magician at the beginning, didn't we? We were manifesting something. What am I getting? We're manifesting with the Queen of Wands. Some of you might be wanting to buy a house. Some of you are saving up to get married. Some of you are saving up for your honeymoon, which is why we have the need for sleep or vacation. You're saving up for a specific thing, I think, possibly. I'm getting the feeling that someone comes in, though. I'm getting the feeling that someone comes in with money. And it may be a female person. The Emperor and the Empress can be a husband and wife, but they can also be like a mother and father. So for some of you, perhaps the mother or father, potentially the mother, is giving this money. Because the Six of Pentacles is a charity card as well, isn't it? It's like a charitable act. So perhaps your parents are helping you out. Perhaps your parents are helping you out. Or perhaps this Queen of Pentacles is helping you out financially. Or maybe you're the parent or parents and you're helping your child out financially because they're trying to save for something. It says the ability to be practical with respect to how you proceed. Yeah, we've got generous, stylish, gracious and practical. Be practical with respect as to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful. Meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. Now, if your dreams are basically to get finances together, so you can take this transitionary step, for some of you as well, it's like you're worried about the childcare aspect of it as well, not just the financial aspect of it. So maybe parents step in to help out with that, possibly. But there is something about a couple or parents. You have the Tower, so it's a massive change, whatever's happening here. The World and the Tower together. And then you have the Knight of Wands. So you have this change at this point. If someone actually gives you this money or helps you out in some way, then you can move forward passionately, okay, and with drive and motivation and all those things. And this may help you become financially independent and abundant. Or help this other person if you are the parent. Perhaps your partner helps you out as well. If you are the Queen of Pentacles, I'm getting a sister as well for some of you. If you are the Queen of Pentacles, or this is you, yeah, it could be someone who's single and financially abundant comes in and helps you to move forward. And it could be a male who is an air sign as well. Possibly. And then you're triumphant, which is fine. It's really interesting though, because then you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is usually really, really slow. This person could be a Virgo as well. Okay. We're kind of repeating a storyline here. I can feel that we're repeating the storyline. Maybe you've been moving forward slowly. And now you're able to move forward. Maybe you've been moving forward slowly and you've been analysing the Virgo card. Oh my God, they analyse everything to death. Okay. It's like the analysis paralysis thing that they have. I mean, I love Virgos, I do genuinely, but it's the analysis paralysis thing, and that's why you're moving forward slowly. Maybe it's that kind of analysis of what to do next, and you've been stuck in your head because of it. And then we did have this soulmate card. Or we did have the Emperor and the Empress, which could be a soulmate, and this is a soulmate too. But it can also be perhaps a business partnership, or you dealing with your partner. And the fact that the ideas, if you look, they're sharing an idea which is going to be emotionally fulfilling for both of them. Then you have hope. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So things are moving forward. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, no. We had the Judgment. Yeah, because that was what we were doing. We were making a decision. And now things are moving forward, which is fantastic. And then you have the King of Pentacles as well, and you've already had the Queen of Pentacles, and you've had the Emperor and the Empress, and you've had the Soulmate card. So if this is a love reading, everything's wonderful and fantastic. If this is a financial reading, which I think for most of you it is, yeah, you've now got your pennies together, you've been saving, you've got your pennies together, and you have this triumphant new start. Why can't you decide? Why can't you decide? You're using your intuition. You've been walking away. Why are you walking away? Are you walking away from a passionate new start? What is going on? You're kind of in your head again about whether this is going to work out. Oh my goodness gracious me. So you're just trying to make a decision. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're feeling very overburdened by it. But then you have the Fool, so you can move forward because you've balanced your finances. Oh my God, things have been illuminated and you have this fantastic new start and you're celebrating and you're incredibly happy, perhaps with the Queen of Wands. Stopping. Okay, I've just got this card like stop. Okay, my goodness gracious me, what a reading. This is not as long as Pisces. God. I know other people have had 2 readings. I'm only going to do you one because I'm kind of running out of time. But hopefully that was helpful for you. It looks really positive though. It looks really, really positive. I'm going to do you a very quick, I'm going to put these away. I'm going to do you very quick Tarot of Sexual Magic, just very, very quick reading. And then we will stop. Okay, so we'll do that very quickly for you because everyone else has had them, so you may as well too. Oh, it's very exciting. Let me know if you're saving for something. Let me know what it is. Oh, right, okay, that one. Knave of Swords. I love these cards. I know some people don't like the artwork on them. I mean, I don't particularly look at the artwork anymore. When I first got them, I was like that. Ooh, it's a little bit shocking. I don't really look at the artwork anymore. But the messages that they give are absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So different from any other readings. Right, we have the Ten of Swords, which is never usually a good card. But let's have a look. Your reading was so positive, I can't see why it wouldn't be. Even pain can be transformed into power. You mustn't flee from emotions, but use them to find the true essence of our desires. Okay, that's awesome. So whatever pain you've been going through, I think basically you're coming back into your power. Knave of Swords. Enemies of the couple are both inside and outside of it. They should look at each other. Vigilance does not distract from pleasure, and pleasure does not distract from vigilance. Do you know, this could be as simple as paying your bills. This could be as simple as paying your bills. It could simply be there's a lot of outgoings. And perhaps it's been stressing you out. Let's clarify that, because I'm not quite sure what that is. Because it doesn't fit into any of the rest of your reading. The Nine of Chalices and the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles that's now on your bottom of the deck. An affectionate, gentle and tender approach helps to overcome your partner's indifference because it reflects simple and honest feelings. Okay. Then you have the Nine of Chalices. The light of the lantern ensures the triumph of love, overwhelms the sentence and dispels rivals and hesitations. Perhaps for some of you, if this is a love relationship, perhaps you haven't been able to move forward. Perhaps you've been hesitant about it. But then you have this gentle and tender, or someone has, and this gentle and tender approach is actually kind of overcoming that. And maybe that's what it's saying, because like the enemies of your relationship are inside and outside the relationship. Maybe in your case, it's like the enemy of the relationship is that this person can't decide. They can't decide one way or the other. So that's why they're inside and outside the relationship, is because they're kind of in two minds as to whether to go forward with it or not. And it's basically saying, why am I getting the Knight of Wands? The light of the lantern, yeah. So yeah, so basically the gentle and tender approach is going to work. It's going to work. It's going to kind of dispel those fears and kind of allow you to move forward. Right, the Eight of Chalices. You must try to know your partner's character in spite of his reserve. Beneath the thorns you may find the right choice, an honest and sincere person. This is about perseverance, okay? This is basically about perseverance. It's like if someone is indifferent to you or appears indifferent to you or feels hesitant about moving forward and is kind of in and out the relationship and isn't actually quite sure, taking this gentle and tender approach will kind of overcome that, and you'll start to see the person underneath it. So maybe if this person's been feeling quite guarded, then once you get to know them, and if you take that approach as very kind and gentle and loving approach towards them, then you'll start to see the genuine person underneath. Then you have the King of Swords. You have the King of Swords on the bottom of your other deck as well, and I wasn't sure what that was about, but I think it's about this. Whatever this is. Love is made of strength. True love is capable of going beyond strength. There are different kinds of strength. I'm getting Taurus, okay? Some of you may be dealing with a Taurus, but I'm getting that kind of gentle, persistent, loyal, kind of taking your time energy. Taurus are like the fixed sign in the earth signs. It's kind of like they just go, and it's just pure bloody willpower with them sometimes, and it's pure kind of strength, and it's just determination and all that kind of stuff. And I'm getting Taurus. And then you have Judgment, which I did say in the last reading, didn't I? I said about the Judgment card again. And I had to look up what was 20, and I actually looked it up in here, funnily enough. Love at first sight. Sound changes the level of the spirit. The unexpected bursts forth to transform a stagnant situation. So yeah, so it may be slow. You may have to take your time. You may have to put in that dogged determination to actually move forward with it. If someone's feeling quite guarded, and it could be because, you know, you have this passionate new start, but maybe someone's had a broken heart. So it's just about, the harvest is there to be picked. It's just got to be manifested, and then you can move up to the next level and have this 10 of Cups happy home, okay? Just be aware that this person's coming, possibly this Queen of Wands is coming out of something. Okay. It could have made them very happy, whatever they were in. It could have been a third-party situation. Okay. Perhaps they were offered a cup of love, but there were secrets. Okay, there were secrets. Maybe someone was just being kind, but had no intention of sticking around. Okay. And this could have been overburdening for them. And now they're ready to move forward, but they're kind of not quite, you know, they haven't quite reached the point where they've made a decision as to whether to move forward or not. Right, I'm going to leave it there, my loves. That was a bit of a kind of weird one because it kind of went backwards and forwards. But this person's going backwards and forwards, so that kind of makes sense, I suppose. Right, I'm going to leave you with it, and with you, and something, and I will speak to you next week. Alright, take care, lots of love, bye-bye.